Happy Thanksgiving, you guys. Or if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, maybe not even in America, happy Thursday. It's almost Friday. That's pretty cool. We're going to be doing a special little rebuild today where we're going to be rebuilding the Green Bay Packers in a fantasy draft where we can only draft players from teams playing on today's Thursday games. You have the Bears, the Lions, the Giants, the Cowboys, and the Dolphins and the Packers. I know the Dolphins and the Packers are kind of like a weird one. You don't really think of those two teams as like, you know, a Thanksgiving rivalry, but I really wish it was earlier in the day. It would have been so perfect for me. Just the timing of everything I got to do tomorrow, it's just really not good. But, you know, we manage. Anyways, let's head right into this thing. Nothing special going on. We're just going to be drafting. Didn't think too far ahead. Obviously, you're going to be thinking of some of the, you know, Amon-Ra St. Brown and, you know, the quarterbacks of each team. But I didn't want to think too hard into it because I want it to be on the fly. I don't want to have a game plan for this. I want to just, you know, I want to make mistakes, but I also want to have some fun. And hopefully, if you guys have some fun, you end up maybe leaving a like on the video, subscribing if you're new. And if you're even watching this video because it's Thanksgiving, what a legend. You're a legend. You know, find some time for family, but also watch the video. Jesus. Let's do this fantasy draft new. And of course, they give us pick 28 to deal with. That's fantastic. As you can see, one of the best players we could have chosen here would have been either Amon-Ra St. Brown or Aiden Hutchinson. They're gone. Obviously, Micah Parsons would have also been a name where he went at 16. I'm trying to think of other players. What do you got? The Dolphins, Tyreek Hill. Yeah, he's gone. Packers, maybe Jair. I don't know if he's still now gone at 21. Who is even here? So you do have Dak. Don't know if that's the guy I'd be going with. 31-year-old Dak Prescott. Then you have 83 overall Jordan Love. A little surprised that, you know, he hasn't dropped down in overall a little bit by now. You have not really much more. Caleb Williams. I think those are kind of like the last good options, in my opinion. Got Caleb Williams. I do like Caleb quite a bit, but I don't think I've really used Jordan Love much. So there's a very good chance that this pick is going to be Jordan Love. We do have, you know, Josh Jacobs. Do we have any wide receiver options? I'm trying to think. DJ Moore. How old is DJ Moore? 27. Damn, I was hoping 26. Who else? Dexter Lawrence. Is he still there? Dexter Lawrence is an option. What else do we have? Edge rush. Not a whole lot of edge rush from this group. But I think we're just going to knock one out right away. We know for a fact we want Jordan Love. He's going to be QB1. Now we move on to our second round pick, which obviously with the kind of reverse of the snake draft is going to keep us pretty high in this round. We have still the Bears, the Lions, Giants, Cowboys, Dolphins, Packers. What players? So edge rush, who do we got? Man, I'm going to probably need to pull up a list. I'm just drawing a blank a little bit. Obviously, you have DeMarcus Lawrence there, but he's 32 years old, so he's a little bit on the old side, even for, you know, a little kind of fun rebuild. I'm going to need at least 3 to 5 years, probably, so we're going to need to hold off a little bit there. Defensive tackle, though, Dexter Lawrence is still sitting there. It's going to be hard to pass on him. I want some sort of defensive player, probably a pass rusher type, and he seems, in my opinion, to be the best option. Do also have Jalen Johnson at cornerback, which would be interesting. Ooh, he's superstar now. Ooh, man, but it's a corner. I'm not too worried about having a cornerback, right? Running back with Josh Jacobs, maybe like next round if he's there. I do want a really good running back. There's a couple of options. Now, you can get Gibbs a little later. I think we'll be fine with Gibbs. Wide receiver, DJ Moore. Who else? Is Waddle there? Is Waddle already gone? I don't see Waddle anywhere. Has he dropped really low? He's at 84 now. He is still superstar, though. With this one, I think we got to go Dexter. Let's go Dexter Lawrence. Worry about everything later. 26-year-old X Factor, mind you. Pretty easy choice there. Now moving all the way into the third round, though. So Josh Jacobs is still there, but obviously you also have Jahmyr Gibbs. I can't remember when he went. When did we take him last rebuild? We did like a fantasy draft recently, and he was still there for a while. Waddle is unfortunately gone. So, like, who do you even get at wide receiver? Is there anybody? You do have Malik Neighbors, who I believe is superstar dev. Is that a reach? I don't really know. I don't know. That's still, I mean, he's still probably worth it. You have Laporta as a superstar. Kind of want to just grab players I want more than just like, oh, is this the smart time to take them, you know? Oh, they gave McKinney superstar, dude. I really struggle to get safeties, and he is. The value's there. What about Brian Branch? He's got to be a superstar, too. No? Man, I really wish we had an updated fantasy draft guide at this point. I think wide receivers are a really hard position for me, personally, to like draft and develop. So I'm going to drop down here a little bit and grab Malik Neighbors, who I'm pretty damn sure is superstar dev. Malik Neighbors, wide receiver 1. All the way in the 3rd round, mind you, but I think that's a good pick. And you can call it an overdraft, but I do want Sam Laporta. I'm going to take Sam Laporta here. I'm trying to get players from every team, but I can't guarantee that, right? So, you know, whatever happens, happens. I'm just going to go for best available every time. Derrick Henry just went, which worries me. Wait, Derrick Henry went that high compared to Jacobs and Gibbs? Like, if I don't get Jacobs and Gibbs, like, how far are we dropping? I do have A-Chain. I do have some running backs for the Dolphins, at least, so we have options in fairness. Is Jaden Reed a superstar? Because I don't know why Jaden Reed would go before Rashee Rice, so he must be a superstar in the game, huh? My biggest worry is that I make a mistake and accidentally take somebody that's, like, not supposed to be taken. Andrew Thomas, 25 years old. I like the value there. I'm going to take Andrew Thomas. I'm constantly looking at my list of teams because I'm like, is that a player on that team? It's like, hey, okay, yeah, it is. Oh, damn, I sold really hard. We missed Xavier McKinney and Branch, but there's still some options. Obviously, Brisker there, but I think Holland and Kirby Joseph are also great options. I don't know if they actually go this high, though. I'm definitely going to be overdrafting in this one a little bit because, once again, it's a situation of, 90 zone. It is a situation where, you know, we have 6 teams we can draft from, and I don't want to lose anybody. But I do worry about basically having no edge rush, like, at all. Quay Walker's not an edge rusher, unfortunately. Ooh, Thibodeau, actually. We can go Tibbs at some point. Definitely want Thibodeau. And DT could go Ali McNeil. Do I just start taking players even if I don't feel like their best value is right now? Do I not just start taking them anyways? I'm going to take the value of Tyler Smith. Screw it. We're going to put him at tackle, I think. We'll have 2 sick tackles. And now I'm praying that Gibbs is still there. I don't know if he's going to be. Running back. Josh Jacobs is still there, but Gibbs is gone. So the AI actually went a little bit of youth for once. I still think Jacobs is worth it, assuming he's Superstar Plus. Damn, he's only star. Why would they drop him down to star? I mean, I suppose the chances of me getting him are literally 0 if they didn't, but do I wait for A-Chain now? Yeah, I don't really like... Jacobs is still really good. Even at star, I think there's a good chance he gets to Superstar Plus within 2 to 4 years. I'm going to take Jacobs. 26 is pushing it, but I think as long as you're under 27, I think that's fine. And we push it with safety. Holland and Joseph are both gone. I can go Brisker, but he's got basically no zone coverage. And I'm going to take Thibodeau. He's kind of climbing up the list a little bit, so I'm going to go Kayvon Thibodeau. He's very raw for a 78 overall, but he's our best option by far. Ooh, Romeo Dobbs has star dev. I'm going to take Romeo. I am taking the Romeo. I was wondering why he kind of went a little bit earlier than he used to, and that makes sense. Ali McNeil's still there. I am shocked. Usually DT's gone by now. I'm taking Ali McNeil for sure. I don't know how good of a team we're building, especially since we have, like, no corners, but I think we're doing okay, considering, once again, we're kind of limited on who we can take. I cannot lose Edge Cooper. He's obviously one of the best, like, developable youngsters in the game at linebacker. Where is he? All the way down there. But this is what happens, you know. It's not that I forget about him. It's just that I don't know when to take him because they're miles down. And it's like, oh, I'm going to take that guy. He looks pretty good. It's like, oh, thanks. See you later, I guess. Darnell Wright's only 23. I thought he'd been like 24, 25 by now. I mean, Darnell Wright as a guard wouldn't be the worst move I've ever seen. What about corners? Is there like anybody? Like Kyler Gordon, maybe? Damn, we really let this cornerback room just fall to its knees, huh? Oh, but Deonte Banks is there. All right, Deonte Banks is cornerback 1. He's really not developed super well for me in rebuilds lately, but at least we get ourselves at least 1. And we might actually start reaching a little bit on some of those Packers youngsters. Javon Bullard, a little Javon Bullard in there. He's obviously a high developable guy. Has all the kind of ratings you want. He's got that speed. He's got the hip power. He's got decent zone. Do we have any other options at safety? Newbin. Let's go Tyler Newbin, 23-year-old hidden dev. We didn't get a safety, right? I mean, we do now. So, I mean, if we have a third, so be it. I'm down. I'm not messing around. Edge Cooper. We're just keeping, you know, we're getting all that youth. We're getting the rookies more than ever. They are smart to draft. Simply put. Oh, we could have waited for Tucker Kraft, actually. I forgot he's halfway decent in the game now. Not that it matters. I got Laporta. I'm chilling. I'm happy with what we got. See if we can find some more linemen. Probably not, but there's a chance. This definitely feels like a little bit of a reach, but Cooper Beebe, why not? I'm just hoping I'm not mistaken anyone. I'm pretty damn sure. I'm like 99% sure I've made all picks within those 6 teams. Still can't believe right guard's broken yet. It's crazy to me. It's actually crazy that it's messed up. Like, where is the thought process here, you know? I guess we're going to have an all-Giants edge rush with Azeez Ojulari playing opposite side of Kayvon Thibodeau. I was thinking during this, I was like, should I make it pick 32 only? Because it might be too easy. I would have made a mistake. That would have not went so well. And even though I don't really like Evan Neal too much in-game, I mean, he's one of the best options we have left. We're able to get, what, 4 linemen, I think? Let's see what we got. So we have Andrew Thomas, Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, and Evan Neal. May even keep the lineup as is. And then the final player, Patrick Paul, is going to be, I suppose, our right tackle. We're going to be moving Evan Neal inside to play guard. Not our best-looking team, but we've got some options. We got a franchise-looking quarterback. He's pretty damn high overall. We need some backups. We still need a cornerback. I have, honestly, Carrington Valentine as potentially our number 2, which is really bad. Oh, actually, no, Drew Phillips. What am I even talking about? Oh, he's still goated. Wait, why is he hidden dev? I mean, I'll take it. Drew Phillips. Okay, that was clutch. So the Giants are saving us a lot on defense, whereas the Packers are kind of saving us on offense a little bit. I think there's just a lot of Giants players on this team, believe it or not. Kind of crazy, but the Giants coming in clutch. And we're going to have Flott as well. It's literally all Giants on the defense. If we would have went McKinney, it would have been almost basically another Giant as well. But yeah, at this point, I mean, we kind of have almost a full roster. We need another linebacker or two, I suppose, would be pretty helpful. The problem is the only like coverage linebackers there are like Giants or Cowboys ones that are like 24. So I don't know how I feel about that, but I mean, at this point, do I have much of a choice? I guess I'm just going to start taking them. DeMarvion Overshown, 24 years old. Very athletic choices, just both 24, which I'm like, ugh, you know, big deal. It's not really going to do you much. Fast as hell, but they're not going to last much longer. Damone Clark is going to be another one of those guys. Super athletic, but 24. Usable, we'll see what happens. Maybe we get lucky, but a lot of NFC East on that defense. And the guy that I'm hoping in some point in real life gets it going, Luke Musgrave, the backup tight end to Laporta. But hey, at least Tucker Kraft's goated. I don't think there's really many Packers fans that didn't see this coming, by the way, that Tucker Kraft was going to be the better guy. It's like, it just felt like that was like going to happen. But yeah, not a lot of Dolphins players, right? Like, we really didn't get many. They're kind of like top heavy, so that's just the way it is, I think. Do we go Jalen Hyatt, maybe? Let's get Jalen Hyatt. Might be better options, but I'm not really seeing him right now. 22-year-old Jalen Hyatt, number 3. Guess we could have went like A-Chain or something. And I guess backup running back Deuce Vaughn's kind of cool, so that's who we're going to go. And I was going to go with Hendon Hooker as the backup quarterback for some variety, but honestly, Malik Willis is just better. Like, he's just better. He's faster. He's a year younger, believe it or not. And he just has like similar accuracy ratings. So not that it matters really. It's a backup quarterback, but yeah, Malik Willis. Let Green Bay take care of the quarterbacks. You guys can deal with everything else, especially the defense, but just let Green Bay do the damn QBs. They kind of know what they're doing a little bit. Do we go A.J. Dillon as well? I don't want another Packers backer who's not the best. Let's go Roschon Johnson. Right, we've got pretty much everything sorted. Maybe some backup wide receivers still, but no one that needs to be like starting, right? All the starters are set. I guess we'll go for some special teamers. Brandon Aubrey will be the kicker. And he doesn't have superstar dev anymore, but Jack Fox is going to be the best punter option. I was going to go to fullback, but I also seen Kalen Carson there, so I'm going to grab Kalen Carson. Give us some depth at corner. So I didn't mention what team all these players are on. You know, these aren't really like the most obscure players in the world, so just kind of figure most people kind of know where they're, what team they're on. And if you don't, while you're going on, you can obviously just look it up yourself, and you'll be like, so that guy is one of those 6. Unless you catch me out that I've made a mistake. It's like, this guy's video is completely ruined because he's an idiot. Tyler Scott's only 22? Damn, Tyler Scott. And honestly, we have our starters set, so I'm just going to sim the rest of the draft. All the players that they're about to draft right now will never be starters, so it just doesn't matter. I'm going to skip the rest of the class. And we'll build our team of only Thanksgiving Day team players. All right, we filled up the team. We made it all, usable. And this is what the squad looks like. It's an 82 overall team with a couple of nice pieces, especially on that left side of the line. Is ironically enough, kind of fitting to a real-life Packers offensive line. Maybe a little bit better of a right tackle would have been almost perfect. But, you have Jacobs at running back, Love at, quarterback. Wide receiver 1 is Malik Neighbors, Dobbs at number 2, Jalen Hyatt at 3, Scott at 4, Laporta at tight end 1, and then you have this offensive line mixed up of, Giants, Cowboys, and Dolphins players, but mainly Giants and Cowboys, 2 on each team, and then you have the Dolphins there. A little surprised not, maybe pull in one Green Bay Packers player, but didn't find a chance. Seen Rasheed Walker, seen Zach Tom, didn't pull the trigger on either. Linebackers, 2 Cowboys, a Packer. Safeties, a Packer and a Giants. Cornerbacks, almost all Giants, and then 1 Cowboy. Edge is all Giants. DT, you have the Giants, and then you have the Lions, and you have yourself 1 Thanksgiving team. We at least got a player from each team. Really, really wish you would have got Javon Holland. It would have made it a little bit more Dolphins-like. But what I will say is we will still be able to make trades, still make free agents and all that, but it has to be for players that were on those teams, right? Like Javon Holland we can go for, Elton Jenkins, Zach Tom, those types of players, but we can't if they were not on those teams. So we can't sign, TJ Watt if he's in free agent or C or something like that. So that will be the parameters, but I think that's A-okay. And let's hop into this rebuild. Year 1 underway. Unless you find a trade we might want to do. $143 million. Malik Neighbors needs a contract. So does Tyler Smith, Edge Cooper, Jalen Hyatt. I really don't want to lose any player that, is of those 6, because then I'm going to have to fill them with a rookie or get lucky in free agency. Obviously, it's pretty obvious that, these 3 would be getting a contract. Jalen Hyatt will also get one of the rest. Probably free agents. Can't expect this to be too expensive, though. What is that? 16 and a half. Probably didn't even need to bump it, but 7-year, 119 is a steal for the player he will become. And then Tyler Smith, another guy that we're going to try to knock the contract out for. 7-year, 130. That's a great deal as well. And then Edge Cooper is going to be just pure theft. A 7-year, 28 is ridiculous. That's why these fantasy draft rebuilds, they're not the hardest when it comes to re-signing. We'll do a 5-year deal for Jalen Hyatt. What is this going to be, a 5-year, 25? That's why I kept bumping it, because I thought it was going to be kind of costly. Damn, okay, maybe I don't do that many years then. We had ourselves a pretty damn good season. It could have been better, though. Still really solid, and we'll see what happens here where we rank seeding-wise as we head into this end of this final game. We go 12-5, which ranks us at number 2 in the conference. The Saints at 13-4, number 1. Jordan Love, number 2 for yards. Touchdowns are way up there as well. I like that. I like that a lot. Of course, we lost to the Colts, the Cardinals, the Lions, Seahawks, and Vikings. But let's take a look at the season stats. Looking like Josh Jacobs probably not going to get that dev up we were really hoping we would get. Number 2 for yards and touchdowns, 17 picks, quite a bit up there. But, if this is the season Jordan Love somehow pulled out, that would be an insane one. But yeah, I don't feel like that's happening. 73% completion percentage is also crazy. Rushing, okay, maybe he did. 15 touchdowns, really good. 1,200 yards, there's a chance. Neighbors was amazing. Romeo Dobbs was solid. Hyatt was solid. Laporta, though, the little low end. Probably just the scheme, though. Offensive line, still just is it actually smart to have a guy like Andrew Thomas? Give up 9 sacks. Is it his overall that's carrying us, or is it really actually his performance? Because if it's his performance, there's no point. 9 sacks allowed is not worth where we took him. Defensively, pass rush, definitely on the lackluster side, but Dexter Lawrence always going to do his thing. However, could still see a dev up from Ojulari and even McNeil, as that's a lot of tackles for a loss. Interceptions, 4 for Overshone and Cooper, 3 for Banks, 2 for Clark and Newbin, and then 1 for Flott. Kicking, Aubrey only missed 2 kicks out of 22, which is great. And then Fox, 52 yards per punt. Pretty damn good. Yearly awards, MVP did not go to Jordan Love. Too many interceptions. Joe Burrow with the Panthers at number 1. And then we move on to the actual other awards. Do we have a chance at anything? We got Rookie of the Year with Neighbors, which is awesome. Got Rookie of the Year with Edgerrin Cooper, which is awesome. Quarterback at number 5. Running back at 3, so he's a Pro Bowler. Wide receiver at number 2 and 9. O-line, no. D-line, yes, at number 2. Linebacker, no. Best DB, No. And then kicker at number 7. Pretty damn good season as we head into the playoffs. Going to be taking on the 8-9 LA Rams. Here we go. End of the game. 7-0. Not bad. 7-7. Still 7-7. Still 7-7. This came out the gate strong and then just not doing anything past that point. 14-7. 14 all. The Rams are not going away. We're up by 7. Could be the game with that touchdown. Nope. Rams are still here. Great drive for a field goal. And man, that was a really close game. 31-28. We will be moving on to the divisional round, though. And I will say the Rams scheme in Sim is actually really good. So this is a pretty impressive win, no matter what their team looks like. Geno Smith, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. Very good completion percentage. Jordan Love, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Very good completion percentage. Rushing, a bit more success for us. 4.4 yards per carry and 106 yards with a touchdown. And then Roshan also with a touchdown. As far as receiving goes, Wan'Dale Robinson, another guy that I was going to grab, 80 yards, no touchdowns. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 2 touchdowns with 39 yards. But Neighbors was the best out of all of them. Then we look at the sack numbers. 1 for Lawrence, no one else got involved. Overshown with 2 picks, though, and then 1 for Lattimore. Overshown actually had himself... Wow, we missed a kick. Damn it, Aubrey. But Overshown actually did have a breakout chance, just didn't get it. Unfortunately, probably would have got it there, though, if he would have had it this week. Now move on to the divisional. See what we got. The Niners. Oh, this does not bode well for us. But we do have a higher overall than them. So if anything is to be taken from last game, there's a good chance we win this one. But I do see Tua, and that is enough to worry me. End of the game. What do we got? Picks. Our first score is us for 7. Another 7. Josh Jacobs seemingly with a huge run. Niners aren't going to go away, though, even though we had a 21-0 lead at one point. Still not over. 28-14. The Niners driving out. Can't do it, and that will be it. Just too many drives ending without points, unfortunately. There was a couple of drives in there that they drove down, and then they couldn't finish. And yeah, Jordan Love, the yards aren't really there. Almost said the nards. The yards aren't really there, but at least he didn't throw picks this time. 2 interceptions. Not a bad game, just those 2 interceptions were costly. Jacobs with a 93-yard run. 3 touchdowns in general, 168 yards. I mean, this is a hell of a playoff run. For Madden Sim, that might as well be like 250 yards real life. Like Madden Sim, you're lucky to get like 40 to 60 yards rushing for some reason. Dexter Lawrence was great with 2 sacks, and Lee McNeil with 1. Ojulari with 1. Picks for Banks and Flott. And then Aubrey with another missed kick, man. It's just... We're getting a bunch of, picks from the Cowboys players, or from the Giants players, some offense from the Packers players, some Giants players getting some offense, and then you have the Cowboys just missing kicks. That's all they're doing. Oh, man. I will say, this team is actually, like, almost all Giants, right? It's kind of crazy. Little surprised to see us do this well, though. We did get, here it is, MVP of the league, right? Or no, it wasn't MVP. That was the Panthers. They were just the number 1 seed. So number 1 seed versus number 2 seed. Oh, yeah, they wouldn't play in that round. They beat the Panthers, who had the MVP by a lot. So this doesn't look super great for us, I'll be real. But, I mean, you can only play who's in front of you. Let's go. All right, here we are. Can we take down the number 1 seed Saints? 7-0, 7-7. How many times nice drive. I mean, that's a long touchdown by Jacobs again. How many times are we going to move down the field and, like, seemingly turn the ball over? Huge drive by the Saints to start the second half. That was really impressive. We get 7 right back, though. Had a chance to put them away. Don't. And here you are with a little bit of time left. Are they going to run on a clock? Nope, they will score the touchdown, but they give the Saints a chance. And a chance they will not take advantage of. We are headed to the Super Bowl in year 1 with the Thanksgiving team, and it was Mahomes we beat. Damn. Okay, I can see why the Saints were number 1 seed, and they also beat Joe Burrow, who won MVP. Mahomes, who did not play as well as Jordan Love at all. Jordan Love at a 95% completion percentage. That might be the most accurate game I've seen in a Madden sim ever. Missed 1 throw out of 24, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. He needed it, got it. Jacobs, a 96-yard run this time. That has got to be an NFL record for most 90-plus yard runs in a playoff run, right? Like in a series, whatever you want to call it. Neighbors was great. Sacks. Thibodeau involved this time. Interceptions, no. And then Aubrey. Bro, what is wrong with this bot? Dude has missed like every single kick in the playoffs, yet missed only 2 out of the regular season. I have never seen that inaccuracy either. From the highest overall in the game at kicker, I believe. I'm pretty sure he's the highest, or he's like right behind Justin Tucker. I don't freaking know, but What are we doing? Like, how? And here it is, the Bills 9-8 versus our 12-5 Green Bay Pack. 9-8 making the playoffs is wild. Dev-ups, we got the ones we wanted. Malik Neighbors, of course, that was a great one as well. Not that I really needed it. He was already Superstar, but we'll take it. Superstar X Factor is great. But the big ones, for sure. The number one big one is, without a doubt, Josh Jacobs. Superstar development trade for a guy that's about to be 27 at running back is massive. And then also, obviously, Jordan Love is going to be really helpful as well. 87 overall now with Superstar Dev. Super awesome, super great. Let's move now on to the defensive side of the ball, where we should hopefully see some more dev-ups. I was hoping maybe the D-line we would have seen something, didn't. But a big one, Drew Phillips gets to Superstar, which is awesome. Superstar dev for Drew Phillips, easily the number one corner on this team right now. And then the third string cornerback, or the slot corner, if you will, Cordell Flott with a dev up. And then Overshown with a dev up. And Edgerrin Cooper goes to Superstar. Awesome freaking work. This season was great. This is a really, really, really good season. And I felt pretty good about it. I didn't think it was going to be make the Super Bowl have a billion dev-ups good. But I suppose maybe a quick rebuild on a Thanksgiving Day isn't the worst thing in the world either. And there's an argument that I shouldn't even have done anything on Thanksgiving here. But yeah, we're going to have ourselves this little fun one, as maybe we don't even win this game. Maybe this actually becomes a 5-year rebuild and we lose right here. Who knows? But here it is. For all the marbles, the Bills throw a pick, it seems. It'll be a touchdown for us off of that interception. They score a touchdown right after, though. 14-7. The Bills are not going away. That pick was bad, but they are answering back for it. It's a 10-point game at half. It's still only 3 now after the touchdown. Back to 10 points. Defense is really not doing a great job. They hold them to a field goal, though. That's looking promising. No, the Bills are not done. From the 40, the Bills are going to do this. They will not! The defense holds on! And the Thanksgiving Day team wins the Super Bowl. I can't believe the Bills made it all the way and almost won with Justin Fields as their QB. Of all the teams to drop the name for, that's the quarterback they got, Justin Fields. That is a bit wild. I can't believe we won the Super Bowl in year 1, though. I was like, this is a pretty good team. Year 3, year 4, that's kind of the goal. That's the aim. That's what I expect. Nope. This team said, we have bigger plans than that. We're going for a damn dynasty. But this is why, I put those parameters in for rebuilds, fantasy drafts specifically, because a lot of times it can be pretty easy, especially if you're just doing, if I did a standard, I get to take whoever I want, I'm rebuilding them kind of situation. I mean, the team's going to be goated pretty early, but these challenge ones, even this one wasn't that much of a challenge, because I was still kind of, 6 teams, any player is still not enough of a parameter, especially when a good amount of them have a lot of good players. Like, the Bears might not be playing well in real life, but, well, I wouldn't say they're not playing well. They're just not winning games. They have a really talented roster. Obviously, the Lions have a talented roster. Cowboys, same situation. They're not playing well, but they have a talented roster. Dolphins have a talented roster. Packers have a talented roster. Giants have a couple of really good players, especially on the defensive side of the ball, that we took advantage of. Pause. Jordan Love, unbelievable percentages. I don't know what got into him these last 2 games, but he has been great. And then Jacobs, his long was only 9 this time, but still 2 touchdowns with 77 yards. Jordan Love with a rushing touchdown to match Justin Fields'. Neighbors has been amazing as well, and Romeo Doubs got involved with 93 yards. Pass rush defensively, Aiden Hutchinson, that's who we were potentially going to take in the first round if he was there instead of Love. Glad we didn't. With a sack. Dexter Lawrence with a sack. Flott with an interception. Now here's the big one. Aubrey. Hey, didn't miss a field goal. Finally. That's actually crazy, though, how many field goals that man missed. I mean, that is wild. Like, how? How? I also want to see the Bills. Let's take a look at what the Bills did for the postseason. See, the Jaguars by 5, the Steelers by 6, the Ravens by 15. I mean, the Ravens are a pretty good team, especially scheme-wise in game, but I suppose it depends on who their QB is, right? That's the one thing with these fantasy draft rebuilds is we know the scheme, it's not based on player ratings. They don't, the Patriots got Lamar Jackson, they're going to run a ton. It's based on the scheme. So if the Ravens pick, the most non-mobile quarterback ever, which, J.J. McCarthy's got some mobility there, it's just a complete waste, right? Let's see what kind of rushing numbers he put up. 432 yards rushing. That's just not something that you're expecting from him. So, kind of crazy there. But, yeah, let's move on to the re-sign period where I don't think we have any names. A lot of backups, but no actual starters that we need to worry about. We'll do 2 more seasons at least, try to get that dynasty, and yeah, we'll be able to have ourselves a quick little rebuild for once, it seems. Great success. Of course, Jason Peters and Bobby McCain, both, guys that were just drafted randomly when we simmed, will retire. But other than that, we're not really looking at any real retirements we're worried about. We'll do the OC, which is going to be an off-season training thing. Probably Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs. I do not know their things. I don't know why I always just forget to do that. Jacobs, hopefully he's just like, I want to work on juke moves and truck moves. Like, sounds good to me. And that's exactly what he does. Sweet. Free upgrades, baby. But one last look at the negotiations, unless I'm missing someone here. Maybe Carl Brooks as a Packers, backup. I don't think we're going to be spending any money here. But yeah, speaking of not spending any money, let's go to free agency where we're going to spend even less money, as there's going to be probably almost no players from the teams that we're on. And then, of course, just players we don't really need. I guess you can make an argument for Bakhtiari as a Packer player, but even though this is as unrealistic as you get because of, the whole, it's a fantasy draft of, the whole league resetting, I also don't think David Bakhtiari is going to play again. So, yeah, I mean, it'd be cool for a right tackle spot, but meh, I'm not feeling it. Could get Jalen Wright as a backup, I suppose. Let's do that. 3 or 10.5. I don't know why nobody ever wants to re-sign him, but sure, why not? Here we are in the draft with pick 32. There's a lot of different options. Edge is probably our most attractive option. There's a couple of wide receiver options as well, but I've seen a lot of IMs there. I'd be very shocked if nobody's remaining. As you can see, there are some guys here. Wide receiver Porter, who's a 2 to 3, is a round 1 talent with all that speed. Very hard to pass on him, so it's going to be a good chance to go. Oh my God, we have a top 5 wide receiver though. Oh, wow. Okay. I really wanted edge, but a top 5. Could I not make a trade up, though? We have Huntington and McCain, and I could just trade up using Romeo Doubs, potentially. Let's actually see what Romeo's overall is, though. If he's a high enough overall, maybe I just don't even go Colbert at all. Romeo had a decent season. Wait, Romeo Doubs, how high of an overall is he? He's 83 at 25. As much as Colbert's a top 5, what do I do? I really don't know what to do because I'm top 5? How do I do? Top 5 is guaranteed 76 overall or higher, minimum. Realistically, even higher, potentially 77 plus. How do you pass on that? Even if he was the new number 3 wide receiver, I don't think you can. Bobby Colbert, that's going to be our choice. True talent 3, 92 speed, 98 excel, 96 agility, 95 change direction, 91 jump. I mean, how do I pass on that? I don't know if I'm going to be trading off Romeo Doubs, but I'm going to try to get one of those edge rushers. Hopefully they last a little bit longer here. I mean, you could maybe even trade Aziz in a 3rd, potentially, if we're lucky. I'm still seeing them here. I mean, is it Huntington and McCain? There he is. Okay, so we move up to the Eagles, see what we can do. It's a lot to trade off, but we trade off Stromberg, Flott, a 3rd, 4th this, a 5th, and a 7th next year. The reason why I traded Flott is he has actually on a 1-year deal anyways. I don't know if I'm going to repay, pay off a superstar corner to play our number 3 spot, and I really, really want this edge rusher, McCain. I actually wanted him more than Huntington, so I'm a little surprised that Huntington went first. But yeah, that is going to be our choice. Mr. Daniel McCain, he looked pretty decent. I don't know about that speed, but he does have an A to B power move, a B block shed, an A awareness, A tackle, B play rec. Now that I am thinking about it, I can kind of see why they passed on him because that speed is going to be rough, but I'm still going to be willing to take the chance on him. A 1 to 2 talent's got to be 72 plus overall, even if he is normal, which I do kind of suspect. I worry about it. 38 true, but he's hidden. We kind of maybe land ourselves a Joey Bosa type here. 79 speed, 86 excel. I was going into this thinking 72 to 74 overall normal, but because he's a rookie, chance at the super glow up. You see those overalls, jump 8 plus in a single season, and then a chance at the Rookie of the Year award win. But now we actually also have hidden on top of it. Offensive line's a concern. Burke, do you maybe get crazy with it? Burke could be the replacement for Damone Clark. And then we draft O-line. I don't know who the best O-lineman is here. We got a bunch of, we even have a day 3 right here as well. I might actually take a best available pick type of thing. I really like Glover. I'm going to try to get to 15 in the 3rd, and I'll be happy with that if we land a lineman and then trade up for the linebacker. I really feel like we're getting scammed here with the Falcons, but I want to get to that pick. Yeah, a little bit better of a trade. A 7th this and a 7th 2 years from now to get that Falcons pick, but a 4th this year instead of a 5th next year. I don't know what kind of scam they were trying to pull, but yeah, not so fast. Good try. Not so fast, though. I think there'll be a lineman at 13, even if we have to go for that day 3. I don't really care too much. Was Pryor the guy I wanted? No way he went way before any of the other guys. I know Glover is the guy I wanted. I think that's who I still want, right? I'm going to look across the board. I mean, it's going to be bad run blockers across the board, but Glover actually still looks like a decent run blocker as well. So Elton Glover is going to be the choice if he's not hidden. The problem is the shorter the player, the worse dev chance for me. I don't know why, it just is. But not today. Hidden dev, we're winning. And then I think we go on to the next round where we trade up for 2 picks. I think we take the Colts and the Giants draft picks. Grab the lineman and the linebacker. We trade a 6 this and a 6 next and a 7 this for the Colts pick, and then now we have to go on for that Giants pick. We trade off Lewis, a 5th and a 6th for the Giants 4th round pick. We're going to have back-to-back selections here. The Eagles with a bunch of picks, but just a little bit later than I wanted them to be. 1st and 4th. Oh, no, Burke's gone. And we have other linebackers, thankfully, but okay. I mean, Burke's just out of here, I guess. Smith looks really good anyways, though. Raheem Smith is going to be my choice. Pretty damn athletic. We'll see what happens here. 76 true talent. Hidden dev. I mean, I'm happy with that. Burke probably was the better choice at 1 and 2 talent, but I mean, I'm down with that. I mean, Smith looked good too, so that's a little weird there. And then Morgan, why not? Mark Morgan, please be hidden. 27 true. Hidden dev, there you go. That's a win. That is a perfect draft. Like, even the pass rusher was normal, or a hidden dev when I thought he was going to be normal dev. Like, what a draft. Not that we needed it, because we already just won the Super Bowl. That was perfect. Really didn't cost ourselves much next year either. I mean, what a draft. Let's see what overall these guys are. We had a top pick 3 true talent grade wide receiver who was 79 overall. Wow. Okay, I mean, he doesn't look too spectacular when you actually look at him. I'll admit, pretty good catching, obviously, good release, really good deep route, athletic enough, but short and medium routes kind of lacking. I don't imagine this guy's going to be a superstar X Factor, but maybe a superstar. Nope, just star straight up. Damn, I like 85 on the Packers numbers. I think they're always great. Daniel McCain, 74 overall. Really good power move. Can't drop back, but don't need him to. This is without a doubt our new starting edge rusher. Sorry, Aziz, you're not even a bad overall, but you played poorly and you're not a rookie. Sadly, only going to be star from McCain. I kind of want to look at Huntington now. 52 has been a lot of good 52s on Green Bay in recent history, so might as well. Glover, I think Smith will be playing right out, right? I think so. Super athletic, definitely raw, but way higher ceiling than obviously Clark has, as he's already 25 and still normal dev. Let's take a look at the dev while we're here. Star dev, not really seeing anything higher than star unless one of these linemen are. And then Mark Morgan, potential right tackle. I know he's a little underweight, but he has that height at 6'5". I mean, I think that's where he'd be playing. I don't know if he'll play it this year for us, but that is where he would be playing. Where number 50 give me Zach Tom vibes, or AJ Hawk, I suppose. But let's take a look at Burke. I want to see Burke. And it didn't matter. Smith looks pretty good. But Burke, where was he? He must have went like right at the end, huh? Wait, what? Oh, he was literally number 32. I forgot they had that little like lip there. 73 overall for Burke. Not as fast as I thought he was going to be, but he is hidden dev just like our guy. But I suppose if this guy's also star, ours was technically better because of a little bit better speed. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. Smith, I think, was good. Here we go for the Season 2 team. Colbert's going to make the number 2 spot, as even though Romeo Dobbs' 4 overall is higher, he is not a rookie. And Rookie of the Year win for Colbert would be an automatic dev up. It would also mean, a season like that would boost his overall crazy like. The pressure of being right guard has already gotten to Glover's hairline, unfortunately. The team looks great. We just won a Super Bowl. It's only going to get better from there. We filled pretty much all the positional needs as well. We just need a couple of dev-ups from guys like Banks, Newbin, Bullard, Overshown. It wouldn't hurt. Thibodeau, McNeil, McCain even. But yeah, the team looks really good already, and this is looking like a pretty successful one, in my opinion. $137 million. Obviously, you got some big names here. Deontay Banks, he's already an 84 overall. Dexter Lawrence, obviously, getting a contract. Newbin, another Giant's going to be getting a contract. Romeo Dobbs, we'll actually have to see. Aziz, for sure, no. Patrick Paul, like the only Dolphin I have, is going to be gone. Oh, I feel so bad because it's like, I mean, I didn't have to, right? It wasn't that I had to take players from each team. It's just I kind of wanted to. But what do we got for Dexter? 34.5. That's fine. And then we have 106 mil left. Deonte Banks will do a 5-year deal. That's what he wants. I mean, even this might not be enough. 5-year 45. Yeah, it's just like the amount you have to bump because the interest is red is so crazy, though. And it's another one of those things, like big market Green Bay. It's not a big market, but it's a loyal market. Look at how many, former Green Bay Packer players that are, able to enter that kind of, social media space easily, and the announcer space easily, locally, and, obviously online. But, it's a loyal fan base, even if it's not a big market one. We had a tiny bit of a shaky one early on, but we have definitely curbed that a bit. May even get the number 1 seed. We'll have to see what happens here, if that is the case or not. It was a 10-3 season. Yeah, 13-4. 10-3 season at the time. The Saints have dropped all the way to the 10th seed in the AFC. Unbelievably bad. And we have our offense, 3 players all at the 3 spot. I'm okay with that. Josh Jacobs looking like he's now an X factor again. Jordan Love, 43 touchdowns, 10 picks, 4,500 yards. Chance at MVP. Probably doesn't win it, but still a great season nonetheless. Jacobs was unbelievable. Neighbors, who I actually tried to get Colbert most of the stats, had a great season again, but Colbert stole all the touchdowns. Romeo Doubs, solid. We did pay him a 3-year 37.5 just to keep the trio intact. And then Laporta, much better than last year, without a doubt. Offensive line, actually really, really good. Thomas only gave up 3 sacks. And then defensively, anything going on here? Not really. The DT's pretty good. Thibodeau actually 9. McCain a 5. And then interceptions. Banks a 5. Could go to a superstar, which would be amazing. Aubrey, that's kind of how he's looking in the playoffs. So might need a new damn kicker. But let's take a look anyways at MVP, which sees us at 3 this time. Definitely going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, I would imagine, with pretty much ease. Colbert, there he is. Defensive Rookie of the Year, number 2. Just didn't put up enough numbers for the linebacker or the edge rusher. Quarterback, number 1. Jacobs, number 1. Wide receiver, number 3. And where else? Nowhere else. I guess touchdowns matter that much. Couldn't get Neighbors on the list. O-line at 4 and 10. Defensive line at number 4. And then looking at linebacker, no. DB at number 5. Kicker, definitely not going to win it. Got the bye week, though, which means that we don't have to play in the wild card round, automatically moving on to the divisional for a chance at the repeat Super Bowl win. And I don't want to get too excited, but going against the Cardinals, I am going to get excited. This is a win. This is a free game. This is a Mickey Mouse Super Bowl run. I don't know who's going to be in the championship round, but this is so free. 7-0, 7-3. The Cardinals are making me look dumb. 7-10. Please. 17-7. It's not a pretty performance, but it looks like we will win this one with sort of ease, I guess. Not really. 23-14, a weird one. I mean, if we're going to play like that in the next round, if we have a team with some goated playbooks, we might be done for. Derek Carr gave us troubles. Okay, I don't know. Now I'm a little worried. The team's got me a little worried out here. Sacks, 2 for Dexter Lawrence, 1 for McCain, a pick for Arnold and Raheem Smith. Also completely forgot about Terrion Arnold, didn't I? Could have went for him. Championship round. Just don't be like the Cowboys or something. The Buccaneers. Okay, it's a pretty good pass attack. They have Debo, Jalen Hurts, and McCaffrey. Okay. And at the game, a super snowy one in Green Bay. Tampa starting off strong, though. They're like, what's snow? Is that just... Sure, that's not sand. we know that. 17-10, 17 alls, 24-17. This is a crazy back and forth touchdown battle in the elements. And just like that, even though it was looking kind of grim, I was about to say glim. I don't know what glim is. But 31-24, we'll win the game. It was looking a little worrisome, but Jalen Hurts and company could not get the job done. Jordan Love looking like, he's a Wisconsin quarterback, right? So... looking at the receivers, a bunch of different guys getting involved. No one really stood out. Van Ginkel did for their defense. 3 sacks for Van Ginkel, 2 for Lawrence, 1 for Taylor, a pick for Banks. How many missed kicks? None! Okay, Aubrey, I see you. Going to the Super Bowl. Who's it going to be against? Chiefs, probably? The Steelers. All right. I mean, the last one we had, they were taken out pretty early. So I feel pretty good about our chances. Just looking at the history of okay, we made it to the Super Bowl, won it, and then now we're making it back to the Super Bowl. we're not potential teams that are going to fall short, right? Colbert gets Superstar as expected. Jacobs gets the X Factor as expected. Jordan Love gets the X Factor as expected. There's no real reason to show you guys those, right? Like, it's pretty obvious that, the numbers that they were putting up were good enough to get their dev ups. Obviously, Colbert arguably could have gotten higher because he had 22 touchdowns, which I imagine was league leading. But yeah, this is the reason why we start him. 88 overall versus what Romeo Dobbs could have been maybe 86, 87 at the very, very best, which, he's in an 85 now. Defensively, do we have anything? Thibodeau had a chance, didn't go up. Aleem McNeil had a chance, didn't go up. Banks had a chance, didn't go up, which is really disappointing. But ultimately, we're a 91 overall team going for the back-to-back against a team that, they've been in the playoffs back-to-back, but I don't really see them as that much of a threat comparatively to some of the other teams that could have been. Here we are, end of the game. Little Packers-Steelers Super Bowl rematch. 7-all with them getting ball first, I believe, but that's kind of irrelevant. Huge play. Oh, my God. You don't even get a chance to talk with this team. There's like mediocre, 14 points in 10 seconds. It's like, what do you mean? 28-17. The Steelers aren't going away, though. It's 28-all, and they win. Back-to-back Super Bowls, this time technically on the road, wearing the different uniforms. Lamar Jackson, we won Super Bowls against two very mobile, the most mobile quarterbacks in the entire league. 96 speed Lamar, and I think 93 speed Justin Fields, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely a bit of a tougher quarterback to go against in this one, but ultimately still a good one regardless. And the Steelers, division rival, taking Lamar Jackson. They've seen enough. Steelers are doing pretty well on their own right in real life, but Lamar being on the Steelers, that'd be kind of crazy. It'd be kind of wild. I don't know if he really fits their team, really, but, it's just, it would be interesting to see him and Pickens, I suppose. But, we win a second Super Bowl, going for the three-peat. The Thanksgiving three-peat, baby. Lamar Jackson threw 2 interceptions. Jordan Love had 8 completions and won the Super Bowl. That is wild. Jacobs with the hard carry. Also the defense, I'd imagine. There's got to be a defensive touchdown in there, no? Was there a defensive touchdown in here? Was it just a lot of rushing touchdowns? So we had 2 passing. How many on the ground? There was 2 on the ground as well. I mean, I thought it would have been more than that. That Steelers run game was ass, though. Did you see that guy? He was like 13 for 19 or something. Like almost 1 yard per carry. That's like, at best, what I would do in the NFL. Probably not even that, to be honest. It's like you got to run, like, unless it's like a QB sneak, like you got to run like how many yards? Like 5 yards just to get to the line. That's too much, dude. That's way too much running in a year. That's just a lot, though. Like, you're going to get beat by these freaking super athletes. Are going to get to you before then. Give me Philly's line. Let me QB sneak. Without anyone expecting the QB sneak, maybe I get a half a yard. But yeah, if they're expecting the tush push, I mean, there's no winning. Other than getting Saquon's hands on your tuchus. What? Who said that? That's not what people want. Let's take a look at our retirements. We have Chris Reed. I'm going to be real. Who is that? Is that a long snapper? That might be a long snapper. Probably a guy that's already made millions. But, hey, that's like the dream. Really, if you're a millionaire in the NFL that just didn't get known, that's kind of the dream, right? Like, you get to just live life without people coming up to you every second, right? Like, that's just winning. That's just winning. I would just be lying to people. I'd be like, yeah, I bought Bitcoin before it, boomed. What can I say? I bought Bitcoin at $3,000 a pop. That's what I would just tell people. You're never going to get an autograph out of me, even though, whatever he is, long snapper or whatever. I'm not going to want that anyways, but yeah. Don't know why I'm just completely going in on that guy's whole life, but sure. Patrick Paul, free agency player. Somebody's going to want him. Seen a couple of offers on there, and yeah, it's usually not interested in free agency after a fantasy draft rebuild until the next season, which, of course, after winning 2 in a row, we will not have a next season. At this point, I'm not even sure who we need this upcoming season. We'll take a look. So we have, who do we got? So we need a new left end, but we probably just pay Kayvon if we can afford him. New left tackle. Okay, so O-line for sure, because Andrew Thomas, even though he's good, if you're looking down the barrel of losing left tackle or quarterback, I think you lose left tackle, right? So O-line. Let's just grab a bunch of offensive linemen. All right, back in the draft, we're just going to go to 32 again. Kind of looking at O-line, looking at edge. There might have been an edge rusher in there. We'll take a look. I scouted him a little bit further. I didn't really know if I liked him or not. Where is he? He is a 1-2. Rashad Thomas. A power move, B tackle, C block shed. I mean, he's fast enough. I mean, why not, right? I don't know. Maybe Thibodeau isn't our guy. 44 true. Damn, though. Normal dev. Okay, so that pick sucked, obviously. And then, we'll go for O-line, even though we don't really technically need it. Just go with O-line. That's, usually what you're going to do in these damn drafts when you run out of players to draft, right? You just grab a lineman. Just grab a lineman. Is there any, big dude that makes sense? Damn, they're, all tiny. Favors, I guess, but he's, the worst of the bunch. I could also go with his nose tackle. Looks pretty damn good. B, block shed, B, power, but, yeah, I don't need a nose tackle, so no thank you. Don't really need a linebacker either. I don't really like the size. They're all, tiny. They're all 1-2s. What do I do with this? Is there one that stands out? Not really. They're all just, a bunch of A's. They all look really good. I guess McCann probably does look the best. I'll go Antoine McCann. Why not? If he's not hidden dev, I'm going to be so mad. 35 true. Hidden dev, there you go. And then at 32, we should have some day threes, a couple of day threes in there. Hopefully a linebacker day three rather than an O-line. We already got him as an extra. Don't need another. Favors was there up until that pick, by the way. We do have a linebacker in Tyler Parker. Can't remember how fast he was. Fast enough, that's the answer. Tyler Parker still there. 67 true. Hey, hidden dev. That's a good pick. And then we'll take another lineman. We'll go. We'll trade up everything we got left with the Raiders and grab ourselves another offensive lineman. These drafts have gone pretty smoothly, pretty easily, and we've landed some players. Oh, we only have a 4th-round pick. I mean, are you down to clown? I don't know why I said that. Speaking of being pervy, here you go. Boom. Give us a lineman or give us death. Please don't. Just give me a lineman. I'll take that instead. We also have more. I think I'm going to go with a guy that says he's a 1-2. Bunch of A's. Boom, 1-2. True talent, 28. But he's normal, of course. Always the guys that are so obvious that are just the ones that are normal. But the guys that are 2-3, 3-4, those are your hiddens. All right, draft recap. A bunch of 74, 74, 74, 74, 72, 74, 74. There's a bunch of 74s in here. Let's see how good Thomas is anyways. He's pretty good with 78 power move. And the rest, I mean, it's all linemen, right? Who gives a damn? I guess Tyler Parker we'll take a look at because he's hidden. But, I mean, what does he play? He maybe plays left outside linebacker in the future if, we get that classic, it costs too much to pay a linebacker because they think he's an edge rusher type of thing. Hell, even our guy right here, his number is as if he was an edge rusher. They can't tell the difference. Random number 50, why not? Here we go for the final season of the rebuild. Can we go for the 3P? That'd be kind of crazy. Offensive line's looking pretty strong. Right side still iffy, but it's getting there. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver 1, 2, tight end 1, wide receiver 3. It looks great. The offense has got all the talent it needs. Linebackers, I mean, you got 2 guys that are 83 plus. Smith is getting there. Safeties are both 84. Corners are getting there. D-line, you still have Lawrence carrying a bit, but Thibodeau showed a glimpse of what he could be, so we'll see if this is maybe the year that they kind of break out as a group and maybe see 2-3 guys in the double-digit category, possibly. They were very close to it last year. As you'd expect, we're having a pretty good season again. Andrew Thomas, I don't want to, get too crazy and start thinking of the future and worrying about contracts that just don't have to worry about yet, but him wanting at least $30 million per as a tackle, oh my God, Thibodeau's been ass, by the way, is, I don't know if that's something I want to do. And then Overshown, you got to pay your quarterback, and he's going to want $50 million per, right? So I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you do that by paying Thomas, who's going to want $30 million plus, Overshown another 10 plus, and then, Jordan Love's next year, I would imagine. So as much as I like Overshown, but I think he's gone too. He's so good. It's just, can you afford all these players? Probably not, right? Thomas, I think, is just guaranteed gone. And then I guess we try to find a way to pay Overshown 3 to 36. Yeah, sure. 74 mil, you pay Thomas at 30 mil, you're left over with, 44? And then whoever else you might have to pay, I don't think it's worth it. I think you let Thomas go. And surprisingly enough, we don't get a bye week again. The Saints make their way back into the playoffs, but the Cowboys reigns supreme. Jacobs at number 2, but not his best season by even a close margin. Jordan Love was pretty good again, but yeah, this is not a great year for Jacobs compared to what we've seen in the past. Receivers, a little more balanced of an attack, right? You got 3 guys realistically in the double digits range with quad digits and then double digits in the touchdowns. Romeo Doubs, I mean, they all have the same amount of yards or catches, just Romeo Doubs had just the best yards per catch, which is a little surprising. Laporta, this scheme is just not going to be good for tight ends, unfortunately. Thomas, 14 sacks allowed in the season. We're talking about letting him go. I mean, it's just like, what are we doing, you know? Pass rush, edge, a whole season. Thibodeau had 3 sacks after having 9 last year. I don't know where the regression is there, but sure, I guess. Had to pay him, though, right? Like, what option do I have? Restart and have someone that's as bad, if not worse? Aubrey missed 2 kicks out of 18, which means he's going to have a terrible postseason. It's just the rules. MVP goes to Mahomes, and we win no awards. Kind of a lackluster season, considering this is easily our strongest team. Either way, 94 overall, heading in. Here we are into the game. Don't let it be the Commanders take us out. I don't know the score. Hello, game. Bro, what is wrong? Like, I can't even get a simple thing like the score. Like, really, dude? I don't even have it in game. Brother. EA, brother. What is wrong with you? It's something as simple. Like, imagine there was no first down line either. It's just like, who cares? Who cares what down it is, what time it is in the game, the score? Like, who cares, right? I don't know. I guess we're about to find out if we win or not. I really wouldn't know. I don't even know what side we are. It looks like we just scored a touchdown, I think. They look like they just scored something. Was a touchdown, definitely. We just scored something. Was a touchdown, point after a try. I really don't know. I don't even know if the game's going to know. It looks like we had a lot of touchdowns, so I got to imagine we won this game. We won 42-27. The bugs are unreal. Like, they're just unbelievable. It's just crazy, dude. Drake May was great. Jordan Love was good enough. Jacobs with another hard carry. Drake London was great. Sacks, 2.5 for Odigizua, 2 for Thibodeau, which is almost his season total, by the way. 2 for Dexter Lawrence, 1 for Aleem, a pick for Brothers and Phillips. And then, of course, no missed kicks for either team. We had 6 extra points hit out of 6 with 0 missed field goals. Aubrey, thank you. Now on to the divisional round, where we have the Giants, one of the teams we actually took players from for this challenge rebuild. Right back to the Giants, see if we can beat them again. I think we'll have the scoreboard this time at least. 7-0, right back at them with a massive rushing touchdown. 10-7. Pretty equal matchup so far. 10-7 still. 14-10. The Giants look like they might do it. I don't know why. I just feel it. It's a 4-point game. I'm telling you, I just feel it. And they will. I mean, I want to come into the game if I can. Why are we hyping up? Oh, we're on defense. Oh, yeah, we lost. Okay. I want to just play as the offense if I could. So I'll probably run Q. Actually, if we don't get this stop, yeah, just let them have it. We got smoked. But I just wanted to play as the offense, just see what they're like real quick. As we do not get the 3P, we get destroyed by the Giants. I do want to get a feel for the offense a little bit, though, because there's some really good players on this team. Not the biggest receivers in the world, but you can definitely get the job done. And terrible throw. Good job. Jordan Love can't hit a simple regular throw to save his life. We love it. Let's go to the tight end. Laporta in behind. I just don't know how you stop this offense. 2 interceptions for Love, mind you. What's new? Oh, wow, he got bumped really hard. But look at the speed. Wow, that's a lot of speed. Was that Romeo? Numbers are obviously a little all over the place. Fantasy draft. Repeating numbers. You first come, first serve situation. And that throw is actually right on the money. All the way down to the 8. Yeah, I mean, this team's good. Struggling with this team is kind of crazy. I'll be real with you. Laporta really not that open. And he's not going to catch it. Who even covered him there? Was that Charvarius? If it's Charvarius, fair enough, but I can't believe anyone could go toe-to-toe with him. See if they want to leave the receiver open. They did, but Laporta's wide open. Made up for it being open this time. The game's over, but still a fun little drive to have. I was going to do the onside kick myself, but another day one glitch that still exists. When you try to sim special teams, the game just decides that you're going to go black screen. You have to wait forever to get the play to just go on its own. Did we really lose the Penix? Is that who they have at QB? Oh my, really, fellas? He did throw 2 picks, but 4 touchdown, 300-yard performance from Michael Penix, who I don't know if would have even started right away. Jacobs did what he did. Jordan Love did what he did, which is throw picks, sadly. Pass rush was pretty equal. Both linebackers, 2 picks apiece. Aubrey missed a field goal because why the hell not? He's like, hey, if everyone's doing their favorite things, Jacobs is putting up big numbers, Malik Neighbors putting up big numbers, Dexter Lawrence is getting sacks, Jordan Love's throwing picks. I'm going to start missing kicks, boys. But regardless, we still had a hell of a run. It was a pretty good Thanksgiving special, if you want to call it. The only thing special around here is that result there. We have the Cowboys and the Broncos in the Super Bowl, with the result of this one being probably the Cowboys, right? That scheme is kind of goated. They could have literally the worst quarterback ever and probably win it. Scheme is just so good, and Sam, I know almost never use it either. And no, it is the Broncos, so F me right in the A. I mean, I guess I was wrong. Let's take a look now, though, at the overalls of the players, see how they developed, and call it a rebuild. Malik Neighbors, the 98 overall, who has everything going for him except for short route. I mean, he really is just spectacular. He is really, really solid. I think we have the XP sliders on about 140 in this one. Usually for rebuilds, I do keep them a little high just so we can actually progress without having to play 10 seasons. Jacobs did regress. Speaking of regress, lost a little bit of speed, but at 29 years old is still serviceable. Just kind of starts out with that lower speed rating, unfortunately. But yeah, obviously a really good player. Still, that X factor was massive. If you a star with this regression point, probably down to like an 86, 87. Colbert, 91 overall. So smart to start him. So smart to draft him. Unfortunately, didn't get that three-peat Super Bowl, so maybe it would have been good enough with just having Dobbs at the number 2. But Romeo Dobbs, speaking of, had a really good year for himself. 87 overall. Lacking in the short route, a lot of these guys, which is weird because those are the short route type of receivers. So you would think that would actually be where their strong suit is. Laporta, 92 overall. Superstar. Really good route running. Amazing catching. Athletic. He's a really good player, and he didn't really get to do much in this rebuild because the Packers scheme just doesn't love tight ends, but still. 92 overall for Jordan Love, who is 90s in every accuracy. His only downside is break sack, which, I mean, who gives a damn? Honestly, I'd prefer my quarterback not to try and break a sack. Maybe you get lucky, but most of the time it just ends up becoming a bad play regardless. O-line, 93 for the left guard, 92 for the left tackle. This 87 for the center, 83 right guard, and 84 right tackle. Defensively now we have the safeties, Bullard and Newbin, who both end up as an 85 overall. I thought Bullard would have been a little bit higher, though. Also, with 88 speed, does that not mean that we had another one of those stupid speed regressions? I think that's what that was. Another stupid speed regression. I think Tyler Newbin already kind of had that kind of speed. That might have actually just happened now. Also, was Newbin not like 86 speed? He might have actually went up in speed. I think speed upgrades might exist, but they're insanely rare. I don't know. But yeah, regressing at that youthful of a safety, I don't know what that is. Why? I don't know if other positions get it, but it seems like it's almost always safety. What the hell is going on around here? Smith, the 79 overall, 24 years old. Really good coverage rating. Just not going to be much in block shed. Going to probably see that as a trend for all three of these guys. More athletic coverage type of players. 87 overall, though, for Edge Cooper, who could be a little bit of both. Will not be. He is a coverage guy as well as expected. And then, of course, Overshown, who is actually pretty decent block shed. I think he had like 73. Started off with that kind of higher block shed. Ended up going more pass coverage, though. 70 block shed, actually. But really good coverage ratings. Obviously insanely athletic, especially for the size. Now we move on to... I can't believe you still can't just stay on defense. Such bad coding, dude. But Drew Phillips, 89 overall, superstar. He's a guy that in our Giants rebuild, we probably should have made the switch to as the true starter early. Didn't. It didn't necessarily hurt us too much, but yeah, much higher ceiling, it seems, in all these rebuilds we've done. Deonte Banks, of course, going to be an 88 overall man, 94 speed guy with good press. He's really good. Better than the Giants version of him, I believe. Well, last time we did it, Deontay just struggled. And then, of course, you move on to the D-line where we have another Giants player, Kayvon Thibodeau, who really just didn't do anything. He had the 9-sack season. Everything else was horrendous, especially this last season where he had 3 sacks as a start of the entire year. McCain really didn't do much either, but he's a little bit younger, has a little more time to develop. I'm telling you, those finesse guys I think are better than power. Those 2 power dudes, terrible. But finesse types usually get the job done. Aleem McNeil, 86 overall. You definitely get a higher overall as well. Good block shedding, decent power move, but I wanted more. I did. I wanted a little bit more than that. And then we move on To the final player, Dexter Lawrence, the only consistent pass rushing sacker on the team. 98 power move, 90 finesse, 93 block shed, a bunch of 99s, did very close to 99 ratings. And that is going to make up our Thanksgiving Day Challenge rebuild team, who wins 2 out of 3 Super Bowls. That was actually pretty damn impressive. Right out the gate, then you win another one, and then unfortunately lose right away. But fitting team to lose to, I suppose, so I'm not going to really complain about it. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I do appreciate getting support on the channel. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel for PKR Plays. I've been doing a little bit of Black Ops, a little bit of Zombies, a little bit of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Probably move on to another like story mode type of game. I know Indiana Jones is coming out soon enough. That game, it looks like it has potential. I mean, I was never like the biggest fan of the movies. Like, I like them. I've watched them a few times, but it's not like, you know, it's my favorite franchise in the world, but I do like it a lot. So, you know, if I would say, you know, I wouldn't really say I have a franchise love, but as far as like Halloween 1978, one of my favorite movies ever, that's like a 10 out of 10 for me. You know, Indiana Jones probably 7.5, maybe 8 out of 10, which is still really high, but yeah, just I'm not like the super fan out there that's probably like, oh my god, brand new game. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. If you have any ideas for challenge rebuilds in the future, let me know in the comment section below. And that's about it. Maybe there'll be a Saints franchise video tomorrow. Definitely a bunch on Saturday, though, for sure. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll let you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya. And then once again, shout out to all the members of the channel. Appreciate you guys a ton. If you are not a member of the channel, you want to be for those exclusive rebuilds coming on December, starting December, one a month. Maybe click the join button next to subscribe, and all the details will be there. Regardless, whether or not you're a member or not, appreciate you all for watching. Happy Thanksgiving. Take care of yourselves, and